It's always about you. Because if it's not about you, then what is it about? It's always about you. Why? Why is it always about you? Because everyone is you pushed out. Example. Let's say you want a break from life, right? You just want to break. You just have so much going on right now. How is life going to give you a break when you don't give yourself a break? See, we're co-creating, right? Are we not? Are we not? It's always about you, though. It's always about you because everything is you pushed out. It's a reflection of what you are. Whether it be negative or positive, it's a reflection about what you are. You could be positive and something can be negative on the outside based on the fact that you're positive. Because it's based on what you actually are. But a lot of people don't know who they actually are, is the thing. But you are what you are. It is what it is. But it's not about knowing or not knowing, you just are. That's the thing. It's not something that you actually literally have to discover much of. It's just realize you just are. It just is. Everything is you pushed out. Everything. Even the foods that you eat. What you're attracted to. What entertains you is braining you, right? So everything is you pushed out. Everything. Because let's say down to the furniture that you choose in your crib, down to the clothes that you wear, it's your choice. Because if it's not your choice, then whose choice is it? You're choosing to wear that. You're choosing to be here. You're choosing to be here and now. You're choosing to be where you are right now. Otherwise, why would you make that choice? Like, why would you eat some ice cream just to eat the ice cream? It's because you want to eat the ice cream. I'm not saying that eating ice cream is always good, but you're choosing to eat ice cream. You're choosing to eat an orange. You're choosing. What are you choosing? Everything is you pushed out. What are you into? Why did you pick that? Why are you interested in that? Isn't it interesting? It's really, really interesting. It's like, why are you attracted to this? Why does it interest you at all? Because you feel something from it. But what is that? What is that feeling that you feel from it? See, now this is like identifying what's good for you and it's here. Then you have to get into what is good for you and what is bad for you and knowing the reason why. But when something is bad for you, you kind of feel a feeling like, I don't know if I really want that. I don't really know if I want that. And trust that feeling where it's like, I don't really know. When you just don't know something, it's probably better to just not make a decision at all. Although indecision can seem like the thief of opportunity. Yeah. The thing is, being self-realized makes you, assists you in realizing that you are just as is. A tree doesn't try to be a tree. It just is a tree. It doesn't try to be a tree. It's just a tree. Yeah. It is what it is. But it grows regardless. It grows regardless. It grows regardless. So it's not something profound that I heard when I was listening to something. It said, I'm not here to teach you a heaven or hell, just that you elevate, period. Choose your vice. Choose your vice. There's a saying that says, never trust a person who doesn't have a vice. Choose your own vice or the vice will choose you without you even realizing it because you'll do it subconsciously. It's why some people probably smoke or drink like subconsciously or some people do it consciously. Because if you're not, for example, you might overdose on ice cream in the middle of the night when you're emotional, right? That's not a terrible vice to have, but at least you're choosing a less effective case scenario type of vice versus like smoking or drinking or something like that. It has more of an impact, or unless you know how to do it in moderation. The key is to moderate. So yeah, choose your vice. Don't allow your vice to choose you. But what you're naturally attracted to also defines a lot about yourself. If you choose the orange over the ice cream, every now and then you might need some ice cream. Every now and then you might need an orange. It's just about moderation, but and being in tune with your body too. But learn to be conscious of the vice that you're actually choosing versus being unconscious of the vice. Being conscious of the vice. If you don't normally eat meat, but you're choosing to eat meat one day, at least you're conscious enough to know, like, okay, is this going to affect me spiritually? If it is, think about it. Like, just think about it, and think, can I make a different decision that is giving me the type, or that I can get the same energy from? Like, is there an alternative? Alternative. So either moderation or choose an alternative that is a healthy alternative that's most serving to your elevation. Discipline, and consistency of serving habits that make sense. Moderation, discipline, and consistency on the moderation and discipline. Consistent moderation and discipline. Yeah. It's kind of weird because we live in a world that's about money, but how many of you actually choose yourself over money? Weird, right? Weird to think about, right? Like, do I choose myself over money? Do I choose myself over money, or do I choose money first for myself? Now that's some deep, like, spiritual enlightenment right there. For real, for real. Am I choosing money over myself, or... But honestly, we give, like, money way too much of a title. Give things way too much power than what it just really is. It's like we give things power just when it's just an object anyway. So there is no actual entertaining the idea of if you were choosing or not, because you are just as is. You don't have a choice not to be you. Right? So technically you can't choose anything else over you because you're you. Yeah, pretty much. So that nips that right in the bud. You guys remember in the movie Wanted, if you've never seen it, there's a scene where the guy's like getting beat up by Angelina Jolie. And she's like, why are you here? And she's like beating him up. And she's like, why are you here? And he just like won't answer her until he gets beaten to like a bloody pulp. And then he answers, because I don't know who I am. And isn't it interesting? Life can be like that, or it can feel like that. Like you're almost just getting like beat up until the point where you recognize who you are. Because when you're going against who you are, it's going to feel like not pleasant, right? Wouldn't it feel like that? Wouldn't it feel like unpleasant? So if you go towards who you are, then that's where things will start to flow, right? You know what I mean? So it's just interesting because the scene in the movie, she's just like beating him up. And a lot of times, like, yeah, I'll just keep it at that. So it's like we could just like feel like we're like getting beat up, and it's like, no, you're not necessarily. You're going to feel like that, but it's not the reality. The reality is just that it's just so that you remember exactly who you are and your capabilities and your power. Because, yeah, she stops beating him up when he responds, I am here because I don't know who I am. And the movie is called Wanted. Even the title is called Wanted, right? So, yeah. But the moral of the story is she beats him up into a bloody pulp. And she asks him, why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? And then he answers, because I don't know who I am. And a lot of us have forgot. So it's only until we remember. Remember.